Hey there good peeps, Sammy here, and I've got another indie game to show you. This time we are looking at a game called Fake Signals. This is kind of like a 2D pixel art style action stealth kind of game, and I had an absolute blast with this game, and I'll get into exactly why I had a blast with it, what I found really great about this game, what I feel may need improving, but above all, the bottom line is this was a really great time, and I really think you should try this game as well. This is the demo playthrough, so if you want to check out the demo for yourselves, go ahead and click on the link in the description, which will take you to the Steam page. You can also wishlist the game there for its full release, which is the 25th of May. And at the time of recording this right now, that is just under 2 weeks away, 13 days to be exact, to try the demo for yourselves and then wishlist the game if this is something that you like the look of. I fully really do recommend that you play this demo because this was an absolute joy of a time. Okay, I'm going to quickly read the Steam description just to give you a very brief background of what this kind of game is. Fake Signals is an action hybrid roguelite that you sneak in the enemy's camps, get various weapons, and eliminate them. And that is as basic as it gets, as a synopsis gets on Steam, if I'm being honest with you. They could have maybe done that a bit better. They could have given that more of a background, but there's plenty to read up on the Steam page itself. Go ahead and click on that link in the description to find out. But that's basically in a nutshell. Now let's get into why exactly I love this game so much. But just before I do that, please understand that it is my job to seek out, find, and showcase to you guys some really cool looking indie games, because they might be something that you like the look of, and it might be something you've never heard of before, and so it would be worth a shout out. And if you like the cause, and if you like what I do here, please go ahead, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I will fully appreciate it because it helps support the channel, so thank you very much indeed. Now then, each mission starts you off sometimes usually outside a house, especially the missions you get in the demo. For the most part, you start off outside a house and you have to go inside the house and basically clear the house of all the enemies and all the people in there. You're basically a pixel version of John Wick. So you go inside each house and you have several ways to eliminate your enemies. You can either use a knife, any other kind of melee weapons like axes are available to find throughout the houses and the missions. You get several different types of guns. There are handguns there, machine guns, shotguns, you name it. They're all there that you can use. But I found going about it as stealthily as you can, the more fun. But obviously you can go in there guns blazing if you wish. Either way you can complete the mission in kind of different kind of ways, which is really great. And if you're anything like me, you'll enjoy what you played and want to go back to playing each mission again to try and do things differently, just because you can, just because there are multiple ways in which you can complete each mission, which is really cool. You can find places to hide in each mission to make sure you're kind of out of the way. Surprise your enemies by quickly going up the stairs and running up behind them and then knifing them in the back. Climb up the side of buildings, up the ladders. You can push barrels down and then ignite it to explode an explosive barrel to kill the enemies below. Really cool physics involved in this game, and many ways to which you can use your surroundings to your advantage and eliminate your enemies. Sometimes it's not actually possible just to go into each room with all guns blazing and shoot everyone, because there will be several different types of enemies in there. There might be one with a shotgun in there that will just shoot you on first sight. You basically, when you get hit once with anything, you die and have to restart the mission, and you will die over and over again, but it's fun, so you will not mind because you can just get your revenge very soon after. And there'll also be people with knives in rooms, which you should not take on with your own knife. Never take on a knifer with your knife. Never knife a knifer, basically. Okay, because they will just win. But take on the people with the handguns. You can beat them easily with a knife. So you do have to understand how the rules go and which weapons you should be using against which enemy, so you do need to use your brain. And like I said, you can't always go into each room with guns blazing. You'll have to be tactical about it. Maybe knock on the door to get their attention, and then sneak around as soon as they open the door, blast them up, and then close the door quickly, run upstairs, wait for them to follow you up the stairs. As soon as they get out the door, then shoot another one. You do have to think about it, but it's really cool and very well implemented. And you'll be picking up lots of different weapons as you go. I love the axe. It's kind of a slow-moving melee weapon, a two-handed melee weapon, but it just really gives a really satisfying crunch when you hit an enemy with it, so I do love that. And I also love the shotgun, because I feel that shotguns in games are the best kind of guns that you can get, because they are just the biggest in terms of a satisfying kill. If you've heard of a game called Deadbolt before, you might think that this game takes inspiration from it, because it looks very similar in terms of how the game plays and how the game looks. But that's not a bad thing. By no means is that a bad thing. I mean, Deadbolt is a cool game, and so the more games like that that come out, why not have the choice there to play others? Because this is a very, very cool game and should stand out on its own, in my opinion. And like I said, you look like John Wick, and you go around acting like John Wick. What's not cool about that, you know? And I love the style. The art style is really, really great. I'm a big fan of like pixel art, and I grew up in the days of the NES and the Super Nintendo. I love those kind of games, and anything pixel art related gets my seal of approval straight away usually. So really, really do like the art style. The music's good too. It's kind of like an ambient, stealthy kind of intense beat going on with kind of like a heartbeat alongside of it, which just kind of amps you up to move into each room and go about your way, go about your business as best as you can. There are several missions in the demo to get your teeth into, and the demo will probably last you around 45 minutes or something like that. Depending on how good you are at the game, obviously, that could give or take 15 minutes or so. But if you're anything like me, like I said before, then you'll want to replay the missions over and over again to see if you can get better ranks. You can get up to like S+ rank on each mission, and it feels really good to get that. But if you do something that kind of makes you get a lower rank, you'll want to do it again for sure and get a better rank on it. And it feels great to do that, and it never gets boring. The kind of gameplay, in my opinion, this never actually gets boring, so you'll want to replay it over and over again to see if you can go about it differently, because you can approach each mission as different as you want and as varied as you want. Throw a grenade in a room if you want, or hide behind a box and wait for a geezer to come out and then just knife him in the back. Be stealthy about it. See if you can do the whole mission in a stealthy manner, which is a really fun aspect, and I love replaying it over and over again. If you're the gunning type and you want to use guns for the most part, you'll have to be careful and watch where your ammo's going, because in the top left, as you can see which 2 weapons you're carrying, because you can only carry a maximum of 2 the whole mission. So if you run out of ammo with your handgun, for example, you can get to reload boxes if there are any in the mission, which you can use 1 time per box, but you'll have to be careful as to how you want to conserve your ammo. So just bear that in mind. Obviously, you do need to be stealthy and tactically and think about it at times, because you will run dry on ammo. Throughout each mission, you will come across money which you can collect and use it in between missions. So be on the lookout for money scattered about each mission. You'll be able to use that in between missions during the user interface moment where you are driving in your car, which looks really cool, by the way. I actually really genuinely love the UI when it comes to being in your car in between missions. You have like a dashboard in front of you where you either select the next mission or anything like that, or you can purchase upgrades and change the music. Really basic stuff like that, but it's really, really cool, and I really do genuinely like that. So I was always a fan of completing missions just to get back in the car and just have a look at what else I can upgrade during that UI system. Once the full game releases in just under 2 weeks, there's going to be up to about 27 missions. There's going to be 20 plus different kind of weapons, like I said, knives, melee weapons, guns, grenades, all sorts of different stuff you can use. A variety of AI that use different kind of weapons, and you'll have to approach them all separately. And the thing I love most about the game so far is the fact that there is a lot of variety in how you can complete each mission. It just kind of gives you that freedom and sense of do this how you want to do this kind of thing, without having to do it in a set kind of way. And I really, really do like that. The art style is something I really like. I love the kind of the, should we say, lighting, quote unquote. When there's like lights going on and off, you can turn each room's light on and off and stuff like that. The lighting you get from blasting a gun is really, really cool. The spotlights, there's like searchlights in certain missions that you have to hide from. I do love that intense feeling of trying to hide from them and not get spotted by something, because when you get spotted, someone will jump out and just kill you. I love the music. The music goes really well with it. I do like that so much. And one thing I think they might want to look at improving or adapting in the future is the fact that I don't believe there's any controller support for this. I had to play this with mouse and keyboard, which I'm okay with. Like I've said in previous videos, I prefer playing with a controller. But I'm okay playing with mouse and keyboard if I must, you know, as long as the game works and it feels comfortable to do so. But if I'm being honest, I don't think adding a controller would add anything to this game. Like, it's easier to aim your guns with your mouse. It gives you that precision that a controller won't give you. And you do need that precision sometimes. Sometimes you might only have one bullet in your handgun and you have to shoot an enemy in the head in order to kill them, because you've only got one shot. And you'll need that precision aiming to do this. And you're not going to do that perhaps with a keyboard, or sorry, a controller. So I had no problem using a mouse and keyboard with this game. But I think some people would prefer to use a controller, or at least have the option. So maybe the developer can have a look at maybe implementing that in the future. Who knows? Maybe they're working on it now. You never know. Overall, I had a really great time playing the Fake Signals demo, and I really do think you should try the demo for yourselves, guys. Click on the link in the description to find the Steam page, wishlist it, try the demo. Let me know your thoughts on the game if you've played this before in the comments below. I would really appreciate that as well. I'm going to let you watch the rest of this gameplay. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time for another indie game. Goodbye. Hey good peeps, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like what you see, and also catch me live on Twitch every Sunday, Tuesday and every other Friday, 8 PM UK time. I'll see you there. Back to the video.